Bloody hell! Alright, the car moves! Okay, so we're doing another video today, another day, another review. There's no other way of putting this. It's got a big V8 in it. It's got 955 Newton meters of torque. It's off one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world. Today we're doing a review on we are now recording. We're in the Porsche now, and immediately, compared to most 4x4s, this interior is absolutely stunning. I'm a Range Rover fan myself. I'm not too into my X5s or Q5s, Q7s kind of thing, and I've got to say, by far, this interior is the most beautiful. Ali will put in a shot now. See that? You guys have seen it then. Honestly, with the piano black and the kind of silvery effect, I think it looks absolutely beautiful. With how high and raised this is, it gives the impression that you're sat lower than you are, but obviously you're in a 4x4, you're sat really high up. So just a couple of questions for you. Obviously this isn't a particularly common car. You see a lot more of other 4x4s on the road. So what made you decide to get this rather than like a X5 or you know, something like that?
Well, if you look at the price range that all these 2015 cars that you've just talked about are, they're all about the same price range. So you can pick either a Range Rover Sport 15 plate 3 litre, you can pick an X5 3 litre, you can pick a Q7 3 litre, or you can pick a Porsche 4.2. Which one would you pick?
Yeah, fair enough when you say it like that. So this is a 4.2 TD V8, yeah?
It is.
And you were saying it's got quite a big fuel tank.
100 litres of fuel tank?
100 litre fuel tank. And how much did that cost you last time you filled up?
£163.50.
£163. That's absolutely ridiculous. How much does your Civic cost?
About 60 quid.
60 pounds. That is honestly absolutely mental. But obviously it is a big car. It's got a massive engine in it. Can't believe we've jumped in the car and started talking about it. I've not even introduced the owner. So this is Mini, or Mr. Mini, or is that what you want to self-identify as today?
It's Mini.
It's Mini. It's just Mini. No Mr. or Mrs. here. Just Mini. Yeah.
Just Mini.
Just Mini.
How did you get the name Mini?
Let's just leave that one off the camera.
Right, so Mini is his first and his last name, or it's just Mini. Looks wise as well, I think it's quite a good looking car. It's got nice, are they diamond cut wheels?
Diamond cut wheels.
Yes, I think they look pretty fancy, if I do say so myself. It's got the adjustable suspension, adjustable driving modes, things like that. Is there anything you wish it had that it doesn't, or is this pretty much?
Pretty much everything that a Range Rover has an extra.
And extra shots at Range Rover on, is it? Okay, so.
But this car has 380 brake horsepower standard.
Right, 300, just right, so now that you've brought up the performance, so 380 brake standard, and you were saying this one's been tuned
by XVS and Chris for remapping, and it's now 434 brake and 955 Newton meters of torque.
955 Newton meters of torque. That just sounds absolutely ridiculous. 434 brake, 900. Shout out, who was it?
XVS. Chris.
Shout out XVS. Shout out Chris. Shout out Chris. Honestly, Porsche interiors are just so nice. That the way the dials are laid out and everything. Sticking with the original Porsche roots, you've got the rev counter in the middle. Honestly, I just think it's so cool. Alright, so now what are we doing? Do you wanna
We've just put it into sport mode.
Alright, cool. Alright. Flipping heck! Alright. Boy, picks up, doesn't it? Flipping heck! Alright, the car moves! Right. Well, it's a good thing I've got a handle on either side here.
I'll grab every handle I can find.
Right. This is mental. Okay. You gotta give me a second there, yeah? Right. 955 Newton meters, 434 brake. At the end of the day, when you hear it, it's just a number. Feeling it, my stomach that was honestly flipping heck. That is brutal. I don't think I've
I think
experienced.
he's gearing up again. Wait!
Flipping heck. So I've been in an X5 M50D, I've been in SVRs and things like that. Straight up, this would absolutely annihilate them. No competition whatsoever. This is by far one of the fastest cars I've ever been in, let alone the fastest 4x4 I've ever been in.
Now you'll give a big shout out to Chris, won't you?
Big shout out, Chris. Big shout out. I don't know what you've done. I don't know what you've done to this. I don't know how that came across on camera, but
You gotta get ready to see it again.
yep.
The pole!
The torque is just mad. Right. Okay.
And then the brakes.
Yeah, the brake works. Yep. Just looking across at how straight his face is. Alright, I was going to ask you originally if you would think about selling this or changing it for anything. I don't think you would.
No, I don't think I would somehow.
Right,
Chris at XVS
yeah.
has a new upgrade for this car. I'm thinking of doing it. It's 1,000 Newton meters of torque and nearly 480 brake.
Obviously 955 Newton meters isn't enough, you've got to hit that 1,000 mark.
Oh, shit.
Chris, you mad guy. Cars this big should not move this fast. Torque, man, it just, the moment he puts his foot down, bam, gone. And it doesn't slow down, it just pulls and pulls and pulls. You know, you don't even feel the gear changes, considering it's in sport mode. It's seamless.
It just feels like one continuous pull. The
Honestly,
whole way.
am I in a Koenigsegg Agera here? What do you have before this, just to like...
A5 3-litre TDI, before that Range Rover Sport 3-litre.
Right, so this is obviously a massive step up from that. Quick question, what MPG do you get out of this?
23?
What, with this kind of driving?
No.
Right, okay. What do you reckon you've been getting now?
Let's find out.
Let's find out right now. 16 MPG. You know what?
That's not the lowest figure we've heard.
Honestly, it really isn't the lowest figure we've had at all. This is a step up from every other interior I've seen. Even comfort-wise, considering we're in sport mode, I would feel like it's really comfortable for what it is. Considering the speed limits we were hitting and stopping there.
Would you get one?
I would get one. I really like this. Prior to this, I was a Range Rover man or a Land Cruiser man. I feel like hands down I'd pick this over a Range Rover any day of the week. Now I feel like this is just... let me turn down my heated seats with 3 adjustable heat settings, not just the one. I would hands down rather have this than a Range Rover now. I feel like the interior is so much more pristine. You feel like you're sat in something of luxury. Porsche's done everything right. Then you've got the power where big up my guy Chris has just absolutely tuned. It's got no modifications, has it? Just the map.
Just the map.
Just the map, and then he's gonna tune it again to get 1,000 Newton meters of torque.
Are you gonna mod it? Are you gonna do any extra mods as well?
No. Don't need them.
Yeah, fair enough. The weather is getting really bad. It is raining quite a lot now, and it's pretty windy where we are at the moment. You were saying it twitches, or we felt it, like it twitches quite a lot in the wet. Obviously with that much power the wheels are going to spin, it is going to twitch here and there, and I'd rather drive it in the dry. So I think what we might do is either see what the weather's like tomorrow and then I'll do my driving shots. Or, you know, I need a trim as well. Should I just stop the rain now? Let me just stop the rain now. Rain be gone. Bam! I'm in in the driver's seat now. I just want to say a big shout out to Mini for giving me the opportunity to be driving one of these, because obviously I don't know anyone else with one, let alone one that's 955 Newton meters of torque. First thing, this car just screams luxury. Like, you can tell when you're in the passenger seat, but being in the driver's seat, the steering wheel, looking at all those Porsche styles, this just screams luxury. And Mini was saying before as well, for the price of this, you can get lower spec Range Rovers or lower spec X5s. And to be honest, I don't know why anyone does. This feels so much nicer. I'm a massive Range Rover fanboy. I'm not so much a BMW fanboy. Honestly, just feels like it's in a completely different league. The squishiness of the steering wheel, got the heated steering wheel, heated seats, memory seats, both sides. Honestly, it's really nice. Buddy is going to shout at me. He said not to use the word nice. So we're just coming up to a bit of a stretch here. Just I'll take it easy for a little bit. Oh my god. Right. Okay. There's just... Right. It doesn't matter what gear you're in. The moment you touch the accelerator, the car just shoots like an arrow, and it's so strange because the car is so well insulated. You're not hearing any, not much engine sound, no road noise, so it doesn't actually sound like you're going that fast. But then you put your foot down. Alright, wait. Oh, okay. We're in the sport mode now. Yeah, coming from a history of loud cars, whether it's been the hot hatches or the cars that the family used to own and stuff, there's something quiet like this. Even in an SVR, you hear the sound and you think, yeah, I'm going fast. In this, there's just no sound. You put your foot on. Bloody hell! Alright, flipping heck. But one thing is that I've immediately noticed with this, because it's a Porsche, the engineering feels really good. The brakes feel really good. The steering, you can feel where you are on the road. The throttle response is aggressive, but it's not overly aggressive to the point where you're getting thrown around. The brakes feel good, the gear changes are pretty seamless. That's the engineering you wouldn't get in flipping heck, bro. This is absolutely brutal. This level of engineering, for the price you're paying, like, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. I'm going to make this video, what's going to happen is I'm going to get 10 million views on it, and all the prices are just going to go up worldwide. So if you own a Porsche, keep hold of it for a bit. When I go viral, then you've just made a ton of money. I'll take 5% off the top of all the sales. I've driven other 4x4s, obviously not loads. I'm a hot hatch kind of guy, but man, I've not driven any with that just feels that it has this level of animosity to it. This is a car that you can pull up to at a set of lights and dust anything you come up next to. It's a car that you can pull up to business meetings in. You can go on long journeys in. You can empty your bank account at a petrol station, 100-mile fuel tank, shout out Mini for full tanking it. Like, prior to driving this, yeah, I would have said, if anyone asked me what 4x4 I could have, if I could have any, hands down it would have been a Range Rover Vogue, or an old Land Cruiser, 100%. But man, after driving this now, I think this is the best 4x4 I've ever driven. Had a little bit of a pull then, and it was eventful. So much traffic here.
Oh, we need to mention that we borrowed this car and we're not allowed to break it. I want to break the car now.
Watch the stars.